It is I, the author of Star Witness, Part 3. In Part 2, I made a mistake and said that the Ethiopian calendar goes back approximately 4,000 years. I should have said it goes back approximately 8,000 years. In the story Star Witness, a Trini met Christ in Flatbush, Brooklyn, around the fall of 1998. And one of the first things that Christ told Star was that big storms are coming. And ever since Star met Christ, it has been some record-breaking storms, whether in hurricanes, whether in tornadoes, blizzards, etc. Well, in the story entitled Star Witness, Christ told Star in the first week of December that it was going to snow on his birthday, which is Ethiopian Christmas Day, a month in advance. It didn't snow a lot, but it did snow. Then later on that year, Christ told Star that the World Trade Center was going to fall. You see, God speaks to Moses either face to face, or whether in a dream, or whether in a vision. So he let him know that the World Trade Center was going to fall. Then prior to the World Trade Center falling, Christ had a vision of 2 warplanes, but didn't understand it. So the very next day, September 12, 2001, Star met Christ, and Christ had some white debris on his Timberlands. And at that point, he thought bin Laden had a lot to do with the World Trade Center falling. So he said he's going to use these same Timbs and kick bin Laden in his face. Later on, I guess it was some videos showing that the World Trade Center could have been demolition. Well, anyway, September 12th, 2001, Christ also told Star that the next big thing will be helicopters over the waters all day on your TV. It took approximately 4 years later when Hurricane Katrina happened. So in between the World Trade Center falling and Katrina happening, Christ was locked up for herbs, even though the Bible says that God made all herbs for man and for man purpose and made sure it was good. So all herbs, including marijuana, is good in the sight of God. So imagine you're God's son and you get locked up for weed. So they send you to a drug class. So the teacher wanted you to say, hey, my name is Nancy and my drug is heroin. Or you might be like, hey, my name is Billy and my drug is coke. So when it was his turn to say, he would just say, my name is Moses and I use herbs. And the teacher didn't like that. So the teacher sent him back to court. And when he went back to court, now they want to give him 8 months in Rikers. But if you read Psalm 142, it will tell you that they had a hidden trap for David. Remember, one of his names is David. That's why Jesus goes by the name of the Son of David. For Jesus is the son of David, son of the man named David, and the mother named Mary. In other words, Jesus is not Christ, because Christ is the angel of the Lord. So in the story Star Witness, HAILE Selassie is God, and by him being God, he's able to make angels. Then one of his angels goes by the name of David, or Solomon, or Moses, or Job, or Joseph, for Christ has many names. The angel, Christ, laid with the daughters of man. Hence, Jesus is the Son of Man, or the Son of David, or the offspring of David. Well, anyway, Christ mentioned that Clinton, Giuliani, and the Pope are all going to die in the same week. He also said that the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, and the white Jesus statue in Brazil are all going to fall on the same day, as a sign that he is mad. For you see, God knows that Christ could pray to him. So as I said, they had him locked up in Rikers, and they had a hidden trap for him. So if you read Psalm 142, it will tell you that it was when it's a maskell of David when he happened to be in the cave. Well, the cave was Rikers Island, and they had him in the basement of Rikers Island. And if you read Psalm 142, it tells you they had a hidden trap. And the hidden trap was a 9mm. So instead of him having to deal 8 months for the weed charge, they added in a fake 9mm charge, which turned into 18 months. And by 18 months, he had to get transferred to New Jersey. And then from New Jersey, they took him to Louisiana. So which I have to go back. Remember I said on September 12, 2001, Christ told Starr the next big thing will be helicopters over the waters all day on your TV. Well, that was in Louisiana when Hurricane Katrina happened. So from 2007 to 2014, Christ and Starr were not friends. So then they end up becoming friends again in 2014. So from 2014 to 17, they were friends until they had another falling out. But in between that time, Starr used to say the story wrong about Moses. He would say that Moses came back. So Christ ended up hearing that version and said that he was never here 3,000 years ago. For only God is Alpha and Omega. Only God alone could go and come back. He was only meant to be here in these times. He also pointed out Luke 9, verse 33. And if you read Luke 9, verse 33, you'll see that Elijah, Moses, and Jesus were together at the same time. Then Elijah and Moses flew away in the cloud. Why? Because father and son, Psalm 87, of Ethiopia, it shall be said that this one and that man was born in her. This one is God himself, the Almighty One, the first. And that man is in reference to Christ. They are both angels. HAILE Selassie has a title of the highest angel. He is a seraph, S-E-R-A-P-H. And Moses has a title of the angel cherub, C-H-E-R-U-B. And Moses is the father of Jesus. In other words, Moses goes by the name of David, who goes by the name of Solomon. For we all know that Solomon was with Sheba, and we all know that Moses was with Sheba. Why? Because Moses and Solomon are the same person. And we also know that Solomon goes by the name of David. We can see that in Psalm 72. Also, King David named his favorite son Solomon after himself. Hence, Solomon is David, and Jesus is the son of David. So if you read Luke 9, verse 33, you will see that for yourself, that Elijah, Moses, and Jesus were together at the same time. And they're supposed to be here in the latter days. Because if you read Ezekiel 38, you will see that Sheba, who is supposed to be with Moses and Solomon, is supposed to be here in the latter times, the end of times. So remember, if Moses pray, or if Christ prays to God, storms are coming. Big storms is coming. So in Pennsylvania, when he would drive through Pennsylvania, the cops would mess with him, or pull him over, or gave him a ticket. So in 2016, there happened to be a blizzard in the northeast of America. And it shut down the Capitol in Washington, D.C., and it went all the way up to New York. That's just a reminder of the power of Christ and the power of prayer in the book entitled Star Witness. So when he said big storms is coming, big storms is coming. Especially what's happening in these times. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah. Even though no one could tell you where's Sodom and Gomorrah. Because it seems like Sodom and Gomorrah is a modern day story, considering that the original Bible was not in the Old and New Testament format. That was the KJV version attempt to change time. So don't be surprised when big storms are coming, especially in these times. Revelation.
Fire for them, fire for who? Fire for them and them save them shoe. Fire for them, fire for who? Them and them save them crew. Alright, fire for them, fire for who? Fire for them and them save them flew. Fire for them, fire for who? Alright, no, it's a blessing fire that we're bringing on the street. Hey, it's the most high fire gonna give.